be an asset to the society and the community. I totally agree. As Major Singh said, General Singh said, 25 to 30% of the Agniveers will be absorbed into the army. The rest will be accommodated into the various organizations, as you just mentioned, the Allied Forces, the Assam Rifles. Certain states have declared today, have made a statement that we'll also absorb them into our police. Also, Major Singh, General Singh has also said that 24 lakh rupees for 4-year period would be given to them. I'm not here and our party is not here. And on the record, we want to tell you that we condemn the vandalism. Our party is completely against any vandalism of any sort. There has been certain loss of lives in Secunderabad also. We regret those incidents and we are against it. But let's discuss the policy. Then we are not here to say the army, the armed forces of this country should be compromised to any extent. No, we are not saying that. Yeah. We want a strong army. We want a younger army too. But there are certain ambiguities in the policy that we need to discuss, Arnab. There are certain ambiguities the country needs to know. And I would be very privileged if General Singh would tell me all these ambiguities. As number one, has there been a policy in place for the 70% recruits who will be let go? Or has there been a policy in place for who is the 30% cadets who will be held back by the army? Point one. And I'm sorry to tell you, 24 lakhs of the period of 48 months, ये बस हो जाएगा, घर में खाना भी नहीं भिजाने की जरूरत है. I'm sorry, that's not how the real world works. Even though the army takes care of each and every rupee of the cadets and his needs in the camp, there is still some money needs to be sent back to the families. And point number three, when we talk about somebody at the age of 18 to 22 and 23, these are the constructive age for any youth in any country. And when we are asking somebody, thousands and thousands of young men to work for the country, isn't it the responsibility of the country to secure their future also when we are taking away their constructive years?
Okay.
Isn't it the country responsible?
Can I take the question because you made multiple points? Can I take the question and get an answer? I'll let General JJ and Gaurav Bhatia answer this part. Now let's proceed constructively. I'll only add one line from my own. Please understand, Karthik, that we do not have conscription. We don't have conscription in our country. This is not a conscription program. It's a volunteer program. But let me also tell you that in countries like Singapore, South Korea, or Israel, these are all advanced economies. Allow me to complete.
Sorry.
These are all advanced economies. And you will find that every prime minister or president in these countries has spent at least a couple of years in uniform. They go on to become technocrats, businessmen, get higher degrees, diplomats, and I think we shouldn't feel that we are taking away, but we are actually adding to the strength and nationalism of our youth. But I'll let General JJ answer that and Gaurav to come in. Gaurav, please, or General JJ first.
Yeah. Arnab, firstly, I would request your panelists to apologize not to me, but to our whole country. He's calling a 4-star general as a major. That shows how much he knows about the armed forces. It's a shame that our politicians don't know. And I'm sorry to say, and I'm very happy some of these Agniveers, after 4 years service, will become better politicians than what we have got now, who are speaking over here. Well, it's a disgrace.
My apologies, General. My apologies, General. I want to just say, I want to say this to you, that I know the value. I know the value of every rank and your service. It was, I apologize for that.
Please let me finish. Please let me finish. Now, gentlemen, I have shed my blood in Kashmir. Have any of you shed even one drop of blood for the nation? You talk so much about the nation. Let me tell you, this scheme has been thought through well. There may be some inadequacies which will be handled by the leadership of the nation and the armed forces as times come. Now, a lot of people have said bullshit about how will the inexperienced soldiers fight the war. Listen, when I was commissioned in 1964, 65 war broke out in 9 months' time. Some of us went into battle straight away. Some were martyrs, some became heroes. They got great awards. In World War II, Last Naik got Victoria Cross. Our Albert Eka got Paramveer Chakra. He was a Lance Naik. So let's not say with 2-3 years, how can he be experienced? Some of these Agniveers will prove better than many other soldiers. They are going to be technically more savvy, and they are going to be the soldiers of the future warfare, which will be more technical than the past. Also, I want to tell you that the government has thought of what will happen to them after they leave the army or Air Force or Navy. You know, not everybody will be firing a gun. Somebody will be doing signals work. Somebody will be doing artillery, handling guns. Somebody will be handling tanks and technical machinery. Somebody will be in the EME. So these people will be having skills which will be appreciated by the country at large. And let me tell you that your vision is not far enough for you to see that the nation wants, the industry wants, people who have got discipline, who are physically fit, who are mentally alert, and who are also not going to stage dharnas. I'm telling a word of caution to all those who are doing the dharnas and their leaders, that army will be very strict in enrolling the best material, not the ones who are doing dharnas and arson and riot. The army does not have any dharnas or it's a court-martial offense. So let's not talk lightly about all these things. I'm sorry.